Okay. Okay, I'm back. Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today is a special day because as you can see I'm cosplaying as Hannah Montana. So it's the 20th anniversary of Hannah Montana. Can you believe it's been 20 years? That is crazy. So I'm like literally kind of cosplay her. So I literally, this is like my outfit and my hair when I was in D22 cosplaying as her. So anyway, in order to celebrate, I did one for High School Musical. So I wanted to do one with another iconic franchise, which is Hannah Montana. So today I'm going to be doing a 20 fun facts about the series Hannah Montana. I won't be focusing not too much on the movie because that movie is like a separate video on its own, but it will be mentioned during this fun fact when I was like researching this a little bit because I love Hannah Montana. Like I'm grateful that I grew up with Hannah Montana. I was there when the series originally started. I remember the promo of it.
She's got family, she's got friends, and oh yeah, a few million fans. Meet Miley Stewart. She's one girl leading a double life.
I'm Hannah Montana.
Miley Stewart is Hannah Montana. Disney Channel's new original series, Hannah Montana, rocks on the Disney Channel this month.
Okay, with the didn't really bother me how Hannah and Miley are literally the same person. Like my brain, my 6-year-old brain was thinking, oh, they're literally different. Like they're different people. So again, if you like any more Disney content like this or any fun fact videos like this, please make sure you subscribe and like if you want to miss any more videos like this. And let's spill the facts. Let's spill the fun facts. And some of them you probably already know. Some of them you don't, which is great. Either you are remembered. I try to do like juicy facts. Again, some of the majority of the facts are from this book, Disney High. Please feel free to pick it up yourself if you want to read any more juicy tea, especially around the Hannah Montana era. That's where majority of the tea came from. Some of them are just online or some of them are already basic knowledge if you're like a huge fan of Hannah Montana. And there's some that are just recently come out that I will put it there. Again, I haven't seen the special. This was filmed before the anniversary special, so I'm sorry if I didn't include that, but I'm just including the stuff that's been released before the special. So anyway, let's get right into it. Okay, so fact number 1 is, did you know Miley Stewart was originally not named Miley Stewart? It was originally supposed to be named Chloe Stewart because during the pilot in 2005 from the book, Miley's name was originally going to be Chloe Stewart. Originally was supposed to be Zoe, but it went to Chloe, and they changed it to Miley, similar to how, I didn't know, it's similar to like how Raven Baxter was originally supposed to be named Rose Baxter, but then in the book they just thought that they just thought it would be just easier that way for everybody, and Miley Stewart is just a better name than like Chloe Stewart. Like they used their real like actor's name. Well, that's not her real name, that's actually like her nickname that people call her when she was young, and they still use it to this day. So Miley. So that's a little fun fact for you. And then another second fact is Miley Stewart's personality originally was supposed to be shy and withdraw, which makes sense, so that in her Hannah persona she's like the polar opposite. But it didn't really like land well once they saw like Miley Cyrus trying to perform that type of personality, so they decided to change her similar to how she is in real life, how we all know her today, that they decided to go with her being outspoken and very goofy. Goofy is going to be a big thing in the Stewart family. It's also a kid's show too, and like it's more fun to see a main character that's that one instead of shy and stuff. Okay, so that's fact number 2. And then fact number 3 is actually Miley Stewart's brother Jackson was actually again supposed to be introverted and only speaks to a puppet flexure. Again, in the recent podcast that Jason Earl, the actor that played Jackson, revealed in his podcast how like he doesn't like the character and he's got that they took it out and the puppet has been cut, you know, since he didn't like it. And of course the personality has changed once the producers saw Jason playing that role, and they changed him because they just love his comedian timing, and I'm happy that they did it that way because Jackson is one of the funniest character in the show. So speaking of Jackson, this is a very like big one people were so shocked about after years after the show was done. So Jackson Earl, during the run of Hannah, do you want to guess how old he was when he started Hannah Montana? Like first season? I'll wait for you. Have you guessed? If you think it's 20, early 20s, no. He was actually 28 years old when he first played Jackson in 2005 or 2006, when he was playing an 18-year-old. But at that time, he was married, and then I remember in the podcast he mentioned about like how producers were worried. They found out later on that he was actually not 18. He was way older than 18, and he was married, but he was glad that he didn't have any kids, so that didn't ruin like the illusion of him having kids. So they like to keep it that way, being like, okay, you're married to her, so whatever. It just didn't go out to public until the show was officially wrapped up. So that's fact number 4 that people, majority of the Hannah stans, know about. Okay, fact number 5. This is a big trend with big popular Disney Channel shows, is that originally during the early season, Emily, who played Lily, Miley's best friend, and Miley herself did not get along during like the first 2 seasons, I think, but during the earlier parts of Hannah Montana. Again, because like, again, Emily's background is that she's comes from like a big talented acting family, not a nepo baby, but like talent fact is like her dad was an acting coach, and her brother is actually been nominated from an Oscar from a little movie called Sixth Sense, which I didn't know about. Like, that's pretty cool. And again, at the end of the day, if you look at their backgrounds, they were just like polar opposite from each other, which I guess, especially when you're young, it's gonna be very frustrated, because like when it shows that, because again, Emily was very serious about acting, and then Miley is again brand new at that time, and she was just more laid back and chill, but Emily's like getting right into serious because she was like born and raised in the industry. So that's a little fact. It's a big trend in kids show nowadays, finding out that the leads didn't get along, but I guess they're fine now. Like they even recently reunite during the lockdown when Miley did like her happy-go-lucky Insta live. I remember that, and they did like a whole thingy. So I can't wait for them to hopefully reunite whenever this special comes out. I would love that, because Lily plays such a big role in Hannah Montana. So anyway, okay, so fact number 6 is that during the first 2 seasons of Hannah Montana, you remember that concert sequence? They actually filmed that in Glendale Center Theater, and again, Disney would give out free tickets to anybody, like kids, that actually doesn't know who Hannah is or Miley Cyrus is. So it's basically literally a free concert, and it's like filled with venues. So I know there's some kids out there, or like millennials at this point, are so lucky that they were able to see a free Hannah Mon concert before Hannah became a thing. And then that's when they discovered that Miley is just a stage natural when they were filming that. So yeah. Okay, so fact number 7 is that originally Miley Cyrus, I guess if you know about this, she didn't make the original cut of Hannah Montana because she was way too small and way too young. I think she was like 9 years old at that time, until like years later she kept on going until I think when she filmed the pilot she was probably 13 or 12 or 11 years old, and that's how she got the part. She didn't get the part because she was too small, and then she kept on going for it. That's one way to put it. Okay, fact number 8. When she auditioned for Hannah Montana, she didn't audition for the lead role. No, she actually auditioned for Lily. She auditioned for Lily, and then which goes again to fact number 9. According to the Disney High book, Brie Larson, and we know about this, and the singer JoJo were initially asked to audition for Hannah Montana, but they both turned down the opportunity to audition for the character. Same thing with Taylor Momsen, the girl that played Jenny from Gossip Girl. I think she did audition for Hannah Montana as well to play the lead, but of course she didn't get it. She ended up getting like Little J from Gossip Girl, which is honestly like a better role than her being. There's just so many like Disney actors and Nickelodeon that did audition for this one. That's just one of them. So that's fact number 9. And in fact number 10, can you imagine living in a different world? How Disney actually originally offered the duo singer Ali and AJ for the role of Zoe, because Zoe was originally named, she was basically Miley Cyrus before Miley became a thing, and Lily, but they both turned down the role so that they can also focus on their music career around that time. So they were offered that show before Miley came in. Okay, so fact number 11 is that in the recent podcast that Jason Earl is currently doing right now, like kind of like rewatching the series but also giving like behind the scenes, found back one of the things that he did reveal that one of the Disney executives they told the showrunners of Hannah Montana that they wanted Hannah to reveal her identity earlier in the season, like maybe like 5 or 7 episodes, like very early on in the season. But again, the creators like refused for Miley to do that, her character, because like they just like the idea of it keeping a secret. That's the premise of the show, and they think that they just want Hannah Montana to kind of like be fine with it, like similar how everybody's fine with like Peter Parker as Spider-Man and then Clark Kent as Spider-Man, like how it didn't bother everybody in that world. So they kind of want to do that until it all change as the season goes on. Yeah, it's a little fun. Can you imagine them revealing Hannah Montana and then what would the show be about now? Okay, we're already halfway. So fact number 12, speaking of AJ and Ali, so Hannah Montana premiered in this day after Disney Channel original movie Cowbell. The first episode was released after that movie. It actually brought in 5.4 million views on the pilot episode, and at that time it was like the highest ranking of any Disney Channel series premiere at that network at that time. I don't know which show surpassed it, but at that time it was like the highest premiere episode of all time. Okay, so fact number 13, speaking of wigs, most of the budget of the show went towards Hannah's rock star look, and one of the biggest budget they went through is her wigs. So I think her name is Natasha Lucky, who is the wig master. Can you imagine how much she created? She created 10 custom Hannah Montana wigs with various length and style, and it actually took 80 to 100 hours for them to make the wig. And you know how much it cost? Let me just you guess. Do you think it's $100? No, the wigs actually cost $6,000 per wig. Like, that's just crazy how much money they spent on the wig, as they should. Okay, let me just change the battery and then I'll be okay. So fact number 14, speaking of wigs, in a recent interview, I think it's the Very Fair interview, Miley Cyrus did reveal that
I think we have right now maybe like 6 to 8 wigs, and I of course have my favorites. I like when they're longer, blonder. I don't love at the end of the show Hannah's wig just kept going shorter and shorter. I think we were trying to kind of, you know, all great artists, they kind of have a metamorphosis or they evolve in some way, but I felt like Hannah wasn't broken. It didn't need to be fixed. I liked season 1 and 2.
her favorite Hannah wigs is of course season 1 and 2. Like, we all agree, we all love the season 1 and 2 wigs, and she really disliked season 3 and 4. Those seasons are kind of like blank for her. She blocked out that time period of her life. She just didn't like the season 3 like length of the wig, and just got worse as the later season comes on. She said season 1 and 2 wigs are just iconic, as you can, because that's how people associate Hannah Montana. Okay, so fact number 15 is that this is like actually a sad fun fact, but like we'll get into it. So when season 4 came around, Billy Ray Cyrus, Miley Cyrus' original dad, was so depressed and he was just very sad, and just thought about like how of course Hannah Montana centers around her daughter, and then he told the producer how like, you can just write me off the show, like you guys don't really need me, so he asked to be written off of the show. But then that of course didn't happen, like how he decided to stick out for Miley and just did it all for Miley, because we're almost towards the end. But he did ask to be written out before season 4 came out. And speaking of the show, fact number 16 is that, as we all know, the show did really destroy the Cyrus family to the point where like Billy Cyrus wished that the show never happened. I don't know how he feels about it now since they're all adult. I think it's because that show boosted up everybody's like ego, especially Miley, and how people, they just forgot each other's like humbleness and stuff. So that's just sad to hear. Okay, this is actually my favorite fact. Fact number 17. The show creator actually originally wanted season 3 to end, and then the movie to be like the series finale of the show, similar to the Lizzie McGuire in the movie. But then Disney's just saw so much potential on the show that they wanted to treat season 4 like a little bit like a mini series, mini like season, as a proper finale. That's why it's basically like a whole new show once the 4th season comes around. And it took a while to convince Miley to do this final season. Changed her mind as like how she wanted, first of all, she wanted to beat Raven, That's So Raven's like competitive, and also she agreed to do it because she wants to wrap up like all the characters like story arc and stuff, a proper way to say goodbye of the show. So that's why, if you think that's why season 4 has a whole new show, that's the reason why. I'm curious if you think that season 3 should have ended, season 4 should not have happened at all. I'm very curious what your thoughts about it. Okay, and then fact number 18 is I remember that last scene, the alternative scene where like there's a dream sequence where like we found out that Miley was actually imagining this whole thing with the Hannah persona. Miley especially did cry during the alternate scene when her parents were seeing her younger self playing like Rockstar. And originally, I think it was Miley and the show producer didn't like that type of alternative ending. They prefer like how the show actually ended with Miley going to college to meet with Lily because he didn't like the idea like how everything was all just a dream. I'm happy that they didn't go through that ending because people would hate that ending. Okay, we have 2 more facts to go. So fact number 19 is that some of the episode titles were actually based on Hannah Montana lyrics. In case you didn't know about that, yeah, it's based on some Hannah Montana lyrics. And then the last fact, fact 20, in case you remember what's next for Hannah Montana. Will they do spin-offs or yada yada yada? In case you didn't know, Billy Ray Cyrus, the father of Miley, back in 2001, he wanted to produce a prequel show focusing on Miley's towards like rise to fame, and then it was brought up again in the 2020, but nothing has came forward with that project. I don't know if that's still happening or it's just like a rumor, but then Miley said that she doesn't want to be any part of it. So what are your thoughts about this plan? Would you guys go for it, or would you rather do like a spin-off focusing on Lily and stuff? Or I think they should just leave it in the past, like leave it in, you know, nostalgia. And here's some bonus fact I would love to add. Okay, so fact number 21, in a recent interview, again, same interview, Miley Cyrus revealed that, remember that love triangle between Jesse and Jake Ryan? So Miley revealed that she would personally choose Jesse based on her personality around that time, which makes a lot more sense. And then Hannah would choose
Team Jesse is probably more my real choice. I would kind of go for that more bad boy, rock star energy. But I think because Jake just made sense for Hannah. So I think I was more Team Jake at that time. Hannah is more Jake, Miley's more Jesse. I like the kind of poly life that we're putting together for Miley and Hannah. That's nice. Very, very modern. I love it.
Jake Ryan because it just makes sense of how Hannah Montana was feeling around that time. And then here's another bonus fact, speaking of the love triangle. So fact number 22 is that according to the actor that played Jake Ryan, Cody, I forgot his last name, but Cody, or Miley herself, they revealed that they actually used to date during the Hannah Montana era. I don't know when that era, but they revealed that they used to date each other. So yeah, those are the 22 fun facts about Hannah Montana. Which fun fact surprised you the most, or which one is your favorite fun fact in general? And what are your overall thoughts about the show? What do you think what they should do moving forward? They should just do like a spin-off about it, or just leave it behind? And what's your overall thoughts about the special once the special comes out, when this video comes out? Okay, so yeah, that is it for the video. Thank you so much for watching this video, and let me know in the comments below what's your memory about Hannah Montana. I like to hear from it. Okay, see you all next time. Let me take off the wig. I'm Hannah Montana. Ooh, I feel so free. When his manager told about this project, he thought that this will be the end of his career because he was... Oh, wait, that's it? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Is that like what that is? This has to be. How did I know this but not he could be the one? Oh yeah, this is definitely... Is it just ooh, ooh, ooh? All of them are the same. Ooh, yeah, ooh. This like... Yes. Okay, this is a transition. Those are wacky, those ones.